our lifetime.
Hello, everyone.
What is Happatarian?
So what is Hapa? So when you put together Happatarians, what is that?
You know the thing.
They're here to awkward it up for you guys.
Which is a very interesting and beautiful mix of humanity.
Anyone who has a podcast,
you're an extremist.
Shut up!
All right, let's get to it. Hey, what's happening? And welcome to the Happatarian Show. I forgot what the show's name.
That sentence made no sense.
Yeah.
Sorry to anyone who expected us to stream at 8 Mountain Time. We had some problems. We'll just leave it at that.
We had some problems.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Okay. That's probably the best, I guess.
All I can imagine is people taking this podcast or the clips, because we're talking about the Daily Wire.
Yeah.
And, related to Ben Shapiro. They're going to be like, wow, look at these two retards talking about Ben Shapiro again.
Oh.
But we're not going to talk about Ben Shapiro, so.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit, but, that's
he was in there for 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's not the main focus, I guess. So, yeah. We're going to do a review of the new comedy film.
Extremely new. Literally released on Friday.
Oh, actually, we should talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, maybe you should say the name of the film first.
Oh, it's
We
called...
haven't even talked.
It's called Lady Ballers. Get it? Lady Ballers? Not to be confused with Ballers, the television show starring The Rock.
Yeah, I'm supposed to know this. I don't know anything about TV or movies, which is why I'm a great person to review a movie.
I know.
So anyway, so I didn't even know any of this before, but Daily Wire has their own subscription service, and it's not just the regular shows. So I thought it was just whatever Ben Shapiro show and Candace Owens and whoever.
Yeah.
But they actually have movies on there too, and I didn't know that.
Wow,
but
you're so hype on the times, you know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm not a mainstream conservative or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't keep up with that stuff.
Right.
But yeah, so you can buy a subscription, and then you'll get access to the movies, or at least you'd think you'd get access to the movies.
Yeah. So when Lady Ballers premiered, and I think it was yesterday as of this recording, there were some people who, so basically you had to buy a subscription to watch the movie. So yeah. Connie got our money, so congratulations. But some people didn't have a subscription, so they got a subscription for it was a monthly subscription. Now I almost paid the annual because that's how they get you. Because they go, okay, we'll get you half off at $6.50 a month, but they bill you annually, so it's like $75 a year. Are you okay? And I was like, oh, fuck that. So luckily there was a monthly thing, but of course the monthly subscription is a little small text.
Yeah, you have to scroll all the way to the bottom and then yes, I want the monthly.
Oh yeah, that's about one.
But so we got the monthly subscription, and then it said you need to upgrade to watch this movie, and we're like, are you kidding me? I just paid $15.
Yeah.
And now, if I'm paying $15, I might as well go to the movie theater and watch another movie,
Right.
Anyway, but that's kind of a good joke because there's no good movies in the movie theater, and also we're parents now, so we don't go to the movie theater.
Wow.
Anyway, but so then we went to the comments of Daily Wire Plus Twitter account, and a whole bunch of people had the same problem. So they did not have the infrastructure to support the amount of people watching the movie, because a whole bunch of people thought that they needed to buy higher access. So I saw a lot of comments saying I spent $300 and I can't watch
$300. That's terrible. If you're spending $300 to watch a movie, you better hope that movie is the best movie you've ever seen, because that's ridiculous. $300, jeez.
Yeah, and that was not just one comment. I saw at least 4 comments.
There was a lot of that.
They're like, I bought 2 annual subscriptions and a monthly subscription, and then I tried again and tried to renew it.
Oh man, yeah, their infrastructure over there was not going well for.
Yeah, I
and
think.
it's probably because people were just flooded onto the site.
I mean, you'd think that they would know that though, and also if you're going to, I don't know. I think the way they handled it was bad because they didn't address it at all. They just kept retweeting other people's tweets about how good the movie was, and then they would
We'll
like
get to that
20
later.
every 20 minutes they would post a tweet like, "How are you guys enjoying the movie?" And then people would be like, "We can't
I
watch
can't even
the
see
movie."
it, so how am I supposed to enjoy it if I can't watch it? I just paid $250 to $400 trying to fucking buy this damn thing, and now you're telling me how are you enjoying this movie? I'm not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying the process of actually trying to get to watch the movie.
I'm not even watching the movie at all.
Right.
But then so then they posted a tweet and they're like, if you want to review the movie, then here's the link to review it on Rotten Tomatoes or something. And people are like, I still can't
I'm
watch
sure
the movie.
some of the reviews are. I haven't even seen it, so I give it a 1 star. I give it a Rotten Tomato.
I just hope the people who paid $300 get their money back. Because, like,
Yeah, good luck with that one.
who pays $300? And
Good
then
luck with that.
part of me is kind of like thinking, like, that's really sad that you spent $300 to watch a movie. Because either you're super rich and it doesn't matter at all, or like you're like a diehard fan of Daily Wire or something.
Yeah. So, just to kind of go with our experience, I saw the trailer. I think it was maybe a couple of days before it came out.
Yeah.
And okay, so what were your initial thoughts seeing the trailer?
I was like, oh, it looks kind of funny. It's probably not too bad. And then he was like freaking out, saying like, man, this looks like the worst movie I've ever seen.
I told her it looks like dog shit. Like the trailer makes
the trailer.
The trailer. The movie looks bad. I'm sorry. Okay. Production value. We'll just get into the review now. So, and also spoilers, maybe if we remember anything. I'm not 100% sure because we did see it yesterday. So it's sort of a little bit foggy, but I kind of remember some of the things.
Make it sound like we're like we have memory loss or something. It's
I
like, wow,
do have memory
we
loss.
watched it yesterday. We can't remember anything.
I do have memory loss. What are we talking about again?
When's my birthday?
I don't remember.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, the trailer looked like dogs because the thing with trailers
trailer
that
looks like dogs.
Yeah. The thing I'm not a fan of with trailers is how the trailer literally gives you every single beat of the movie. It's like, okay, here's the beginning of this. Oh, this character's down on his luck. Oh, he does this and he does that, and then you see him failing. It's like, okay, we've seen the movie already, so why would I watch it if I've already seen the movie?
Okay, but to be fair, like when you actually watch the movie, there's a lot of parts that were super unnecessary.
I know.
So like
and it's almost 2 hours long, which I really think the movie should have been 90 minutes at most. Like almost 2 hours. Are you serious? Well,
No,
1 hour
I mean,
wouldn't even really considered a movie. It has to be a little like
a short film.
Yeah, it'd be a short film basically.
No, but like, yeah, they didn't give you the whole plot line because there's all these things that they put in there that are super unnecessary to the story.
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is you kind of know what's going to happen. It's, oh, yeah, the character's doing this. And then he goes, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay.
Well, anyway, to get into the movie, so like the whole premise of the movie is to like show how ridiculous it is to have trans women in in women's sports, because obviously biological males would be like advantaged, right?
Yeah.
Because like they're physically stronger and faster and everything. And they really use like a caricature of that one. This is the other problem. I don't remember anyone's name. So the one character who has like the blonde wig, like the big muscular guy with the blonde wig, I thought of that as like they're making fun of what's that person's name? Dylan
Mulvaney, yeah.
Yeah.
They do make a Bud Light joke. Oh, I'm sponsored by Bud Light.
Yeah, and also like the facial expressions that he makes is like totally exactly like.
Well, because there was that one guy who, because once they started doing the drag thing and winning basketball games, because there's only 5 of them, which you would think well, maybe have some reserves, I guess, but whatever. That's beside the point. They get into I'm a woman now. Oh, I didn't have a pedicure, because there's like a part, like a little about like 3/4 of the way of the movie oh, I have to go to this manicure, blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
But yeah, then there's one character who's live streaming and basically being the Dylan Mulvaney.
Yeah.
So
So overall, I didn't really like the film because I get that it was supposed to be cringe on purpose. Like I get that, but a lot of the jokes were just kind of like, like you end up just staring at the screen, like,
yeah,
and also like a lot of the references that they put in there, it kind of felt like they were just trying to shove memes into the
right.
movie. Like, oh yeah, you got that reference right,
Mhm.
like I don't know, Oh, and the one thing I thought was weird was like they put in all these like divorce statistics then at the end.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
And I felt like all the sexual undertones between like the coach guy and
that whole thing,
I didn't even finish my sentence.
I'm sorry.
I think it was unnecessary, and one of my friends pointed this out because she watched it too, and she was saying like conservative movies don't need to have all these sexual, like, over the top jokes or whatever just for the sake of having them. Like,
Yeah.
what's the point? Unless you're just trying to be crass,
Well, the thing about this is that they build this movie as the most triggering movie of the year. And I guess in a way they're right, because I've seen some headlines from, I guess you could say, left-wing news sites. Oh, this is transphobic and this is not funny at all. So they are
Yeah.
triggering the people that would obviously not like this movie specifically because of who made it.
Mhm.
But when you actually watch it, it's still not good. It's not good. I mean, you can say, okay, so you say the most triggering movie of the year, and you're supposed to be this outrageous comedy, but then so there's a part in the movie that I thought was kind of weird, is that so Ben Shapiro has a cameo. If you've seen the trailer, you know he's a basketball referee, and there's a part of it where Clay Travis, because early on they're facing a girl team, and Clay Travis is their coach, and he says something. So basically the gist of it is he says the F word a couple times, but it's bleeped out. So if you're this raunchy comedy, you're trying to bill
Yeah.
yourself as that. Why are you bleeping your own movie?
Yeah, and then also in the same movie showing like after scenes of like a BDSM sex scene.
Yeah, it was
What?
kind of, I don't know. It was like, I don't know, maybe that guy has some weird fetish or something. I have no idea, but I don't know. I get it. You're the Daily Wire, you're a conservative outlet, but at the same
But why are
time,
they so crass about everything if they're also gonna bleep out the F word?
yeah, like they're trying to be raunchy, but they're also, okay, we're gonna be raunchy, but we're not gonna be too raunchy. We're not even gonna be that raw. We're just gonna be like, maybe
Yeah,
a little bit more raunchy.
and
Like,
even,
oh,
like-
the word shit that's the worst word we'll say in the movie. Shit.
Well, also like the jokes in there were not even that offensive in my opinion.
No.
Like they were not. They were just, it's what you would maybe see on Twitter from like a conservative boomer person who thinks they're really edgy.
Right. I mean, the movie is kind of like it's like, I get it. I get what the message is. Okay,
Yeah.
we get it. Like men being women and playing in women's sports. That's not good. We get that. But then you're trying to make a comedy, and we maybe laughed genuinely like maybe twice.
Yeah.
I think. And one of the parts that was actually decent, and it's in a trailer, but in context, it's actually kind of funny, is the little girl, the daughter of the Jimmy Boring character, whose name is Coach Rob. His daughter is kind of explaining, oh, this is how it is to be a trans person, because in the beginning of the movie, Jimmy Boring picks up his daughter from school, but then like his car is missing some converter or something like that, and it's smoking and making loud noises while he's driving the car, because he's really down on his luck,
Yeah.
So remember, his car is just smoking and making rattling noises, And also, the teacher's wearing 4 masks. In case you didn't know that teachers nowadays are ridiculous and crazy. They're wearing 4. This one's wearing 4 masks. Isn't that crazy? Or 3 masks, actually, because then the 4th one, you can actually hear what she's saying.
Yeah.
But then he asked her, "Oh, what are you learning? What did you learn in school today? Oh, we learned that so and so has a penis." And he's like, "Rrr," and it's like the car right in the middle of the road.
Yeah, and then they just
we made
stay.
a comment. We're gonna comment. You're in the middle of the road. Shouldn't you be like moving? Like,
Well, yeah, he just stays in the middle of the road too.
it's like, wait, what? Who has a? Yeah, I don't know what the name.
Anyway, then they bring up all like the trans stuff, and then so later on, like when he gets his team together, they're like in the gym, and they're like asking the little girl, "Can you explain
Sorry, I got on a tangent.
how gender works or whatever?" So she goes off explaining like, "Oh yeah, you can be gender fluid, meaning like you can change your gender at any time." And then one of the guys on the team was like, "So you're telling me that I could be a woman on the court, but I can be a man in the bed?" And then she's like, "You mean when you sleep, right?" And he's like, "Yes." And then that was like the one time I laughed.
that was actually not that bad. So I mean, the part there's some weird jokes that don't really make any sense. Like one of the characters, they keep calling him fat.
Yeah.
They keep calling him fat, but he's not fat at all. I don't understand what the point of that was. Like why you calling this guy fat? PHAT maybe, but no, they're because he even says, "Well, I only gained 3 pounds." So you're fat, but you look at him. He don't look fat. He looks just like any of the other guys there. So what am I missing something here?
They're
Like,
trying to troll us or something.
I guess he's fat. Okay, he don't look fat. It's not like Thor where he actually got fat. Okay, that's fat. He actually has a beer belly. Okay, I get it. But this guy, he looked pretty much exactly the same. I mean, obviously, because everybody's doing different things. Oh, this guy's a fucking hunter, gatherer.
Can I just say something about that? So the part of the movie that I was talking about that I said was unnecessary is like, so after the guy who I said was, he has a blonde wig and he's very muscular and he's supposed to be the Dylan Mulvaney character, I guess.
Are you talking about the guy that he first meets?
Yeah, that guy. So after he wins like what kind of race is that? Like a sprint?
Yeah, like
he wins like a sprint. So after that, they get the idea of like, hey, maybe we could like win more competitions.
Because he used to be a basketball coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when the coach guy goes around all over the United States to find his old team members from back when they were in high school, they do all these weird, unnecessary things. And I just kind of got bored, to be honest. Like, you could have made that part shorter. I don't know. Like,
the whole
that kind of took up a lot of time.
That's what I'm saying. The whole movie you could have taken out like 20 minutes. Now 90 minutes tops. But this, like I said before, the movie's almost 2 hours long.
Wait, read that comment. The one at the bottom.
Oh, did Ben Shapiro mention in the movie that his wife is a doctor? He didn't actually, which was
he was wearing his yarmulke though.
Yeah, he's a referee and he's wearing his. I mean, is it like I don't know about Jewish things, so is it like
what are you, an anti-Semite?
Is it a requirement that you have to wear the yarmulke at all times? Is that Jews? Is that a requirement? I have no idea. Can you let me know? I don't know. So, okay, so someone said that excellent movie. It's over your head, and you refuse to like something that doesn't fit your narrative. Are you telling that to us?
Yeah, I was
saying that it doesn't fit our narrative.
We're not left wing at all.
I mean,
we're not libertarian anymore.
I mean,
either,
we also went into. I mean, again, she's thought it was interesting, the trailer, and I thought it looked like dog shit. So we both kind of went in with sort of different mindsets, and we both came to the same conclusion that the movie was boring.
Yeah, that's my main
and not funny.
I mean, there were little parts that were funny, but it was mostly just boring.
It's a forgettable movie, I would say.
Yeah.
Even though we're talking about it and remembering things, but I'm talking about
we just watched it yesterday.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, maybe it's so over my head that I can't understand it. So it's not funny.
No,
to
every
me.
single time they did a joke that you knew you were supposed to laugh at, we were like hooting and hollering and barking at the TV. Oh, this is the funniest thing we've ever seen in our lives.
Look, and I wanted to like it because I know people who are in there who are like mutual with me on Twitter.
yeah,
Like Kangman Lee.
right. He had a small, tiny little.
He had a
cameo,
little
yeah.
cameo. Yeah, I thought that was cool. I think that's the only person. I don't know anyone else.
That's the only person.
Yeah, I don't know anyone else.
Okay, so there was a
personally,
part, and I think because I saw a comment from Zuby, I know he was joking around where he's, oh, why wasn't I in this movie?
but he
There's-
should have been in that movie.
Well,
That would have been good.
Yeah, there was a part where they're doing the weightlifting, and that guy I think you're talking about, he's like lifting weights, or he's like doing like the powerlifting thing. That would have been a perfect cameo for Zuby, where he was also there. Like them two
Yeah.
are competing, and
Or
he's
him-
like, wait, what? There's two
or-
of us?
Or like him wearing a wig or something.
Yeah,
and
like he's up
competing.
next, like
Yeah.
competing. Yeah, that would have been interesting.
Or the team that was last, like the final.
Yeah.
So they like at the finals. Well, this is like a complete spoiler. So if anyone's watching this and they didn't watch it, that everything's ruined. Sorry, but the team that they're playing against, the coach decides to replace all of the women with men and say they're trans women, just like them. So
No, not men, black men.
well, I'm getting to that
Oh.
part. Anyway, yeah. So all the men are black. They could have put Zuby in there. That would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been funny, I guess.
You guess.
Yeah, I just think
No,
it's
just would have
funny
been
that.
cool to have someone we know in a
Yeah,
cameo.
yeah. Just put him in there. Whatever, who cares?
Yeah, but
Oh, and Ted Cruz, they spoiled his cameo in the trailer. Because his whole
Wait.
cameo is just that.
wait, when did he show up?
He's
I
in the
didn't even
audience.
pay
He's like,
attention.
"Are these seats taken?" And I don't remember what the character says. And he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Never mind." And he just walks up or something. It's like they. Again, the trailer tells you everything. Ben Shapiro's in it. Fucking Michael Knowles. Michael Knowles is in it. He actually has like a large role in the movie compared to the other people in the Daily Wire. Because so Michael Knowles and Brett Cooper, I think, they're anchors, and at first they're not down with the sickness, but then the next time you see them, they're all like, "Oh, I am an Indian. I have 1048th Dakota Indian or whatever."
Okay, that was kind of funny.
Yeah. So and Brett Cooper is all like, "Oh, BLM, whatever." And again, a lot of it, I feel like a lot of it is just banging you over the head with, "Hey, this is supposed to be. We're making fun of everything that's going on
Yeah,
with
that
this
was
trans
kind of
stuff." It's
that-
like,
yeah, that was kind of my other criticism.
yeah,
So
I feel like they could have been more nuanced with it, I suppose. I mean, I'm not saying that you don't have to like, we get the message. You can still convey that message that this trans women in women's sports, men playing in women's sports
Makes
is
no
not,
sense.
yeah, it makes no sense. It's not good. But this, I feel like a comedy maybe wasn't the best vehicle for it, I suppose.
well, I know what they're trying to do because a lot of people say like the right wing or like the conservatives don't have like the culture, so they need to build their own culture. Like
Yeah,
within the arts.
That's true, but I don't think this is a good stepping stone. I don't think this is a good, addition to that. If the
Well, I think-
conservatives are trying to make their own culture, this movie is not it. I
Well,
would say.
I guess the main problem is that it would never leave conservative circles, so you wouldn't really influence anyone else other than because people who aren't conservative are probably just going to look at that and be like, "Yeah, I'm not going to watch that."
Yeah,
So, and I'm not saying that you need to pander to anyone outside of there, but you just kind of need to be more subtle about it.
yeah. Because I mean, we've seen there's plenty of movies out there where you can convey a message and it's not just obvious what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
Keep people guessing a little bit.
right.
But anyway, I think we should probably, is there another huge point that you want to make, or should we wrap up our ratings here?
I mean, not real. I don't really have anything else to say about it other than the fact that it's. I mean, it looks like a movie.
Yeah, the production is
value.
good.
Yeah, the production
The
value.
acting was pretty good.
Eh.
Some of the people.
I-
You know who I was surprised about though?
Who?
So some of the actors in there, so like the reporter girl, the journalist, like they have no acting experience whatsoever, and they're not an actress.
She was all right. I mean,
she did pretty good.
The material that she was given though is kind of.
It was a bit.
Yeah, it was kind of. I was like, wow.
It was over the top sexual. Like it didn't have to be that sexual.
Wasn't like a video of her saying that she did it mainly because she just loves Daily Wire.
Yeah.
So, I'll do anything. You know?
Well, she said she was like,
I'll be in a bed with a whip and anyway.
Yeah. Or I'll lick what's his name? Jeremy,
that's
Jeremy
right.
Boyne's.
Yeah, every single time they're gonna kiss, she would lick the side of his face instead.
Yeah, and it would be like a big lick. Like all the way up his face.
Yeah.
And then she we'll just leave it at that.
But anyway, some of the actors weren't actually had any acting experience before, like that lady.
Yeah, and I thought they did pretty good. So that was pretty cool.
And Jeremy Boring, I think he directed it, and I believe he co-wrote it. Obviously, he was the lead.
Yeah.
I think the movie would have maybe done a tad better if he wasn't the lead character. I think if he also had a cameo. I mean, I get it's his movie, but at the same time, I think if the lead was a little bit more charismatic,
Or you mean like an actual actor? Or
well,
what?
I mean, not even that, but I just think that I don't think Jeremy Boring in this role. I don't think he was charismatic enough. Like the guy, the sidekick guy, I can't remember his name. Alex, I think it was. He was.
Oh yeah, Alex.
He was actually
Sorry,
a little
that's
bit.
his name.
Yeah, he was a little more charismatic. I'm not saying he should have been the lead, but
He was good though.
I don't know. I think Jeremy Boring wasn't. I don't know. He was all right at best, I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Anyway, so would you recommend the Daily Wire's new comedy film, Lady Ballers?
I think if you already have a subscription, then you probably should watch it because that means you probably like it. I don't know if it's worth $15 though. So if you don't have the subscription, then I don't know. Maybe try to. Is it possible to? Never mind. I'm not gonna say that on here. Never mind.
What, pirate it?
Yeah. You said it. I didn't say it.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't recommend it. And I mean, I kind of went into it with really low expectations, and it was pretty much what I was expecting. It wasn't really anything special.
Yeah, it's kind of forgettable. I mean, other than the fact maybe that like it's their first comedy that they've ever released, right?
I think so.
So.
Well, actually, that's one of the things I wanted to end this on is that we might just watch not all the movies because
some of them are.
Well, actually, most of the movies they have on their catalog right now are just like documentaries.
Yeah.
Or Jordan Peterson. It's like, okay, great. I don't want to see that. I want to watch the fiction movies they have.
Yeah. So we're gonna watch the other movies and probably review them also because we paid $15. So like
yeah,
we gotta get something out of this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
No, actually, I'm gonna pay another $15. I'm gonna watch the Ben Shapiro show every day now.
We'll have him talk about that Tucker Carlson interview with that interviewer who I guess he's a libertarian. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Who was that guy? What's his name? The
I don't know.
libertarian.
It's probably like.
I think he's a comedian. Louis J. Gomez, I think is his name.
Is it like Billy Bob Smith or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Mm.
I don't know.
I know it was some really generic name. You know?
Yeah.
You know, like John
Anderson or something.
John
like that.
Doe.
John Doe, yeah.
Something like that.
Not like a Ulysses or something. His name wasn't Ulysses. Anyway.
I've never heard that name before.
Wow. All right. So yeah, moral of the story is it's a comedy, but it's not a comedy. It's billed as a comedy, but it's not.
You're like really harsh on them. I'm the only criticism I have is that there's a lot of unnecessary boring.
Oh come
parts.
on! You were telling me that was boring.
Yeah,
that's a criticism. That's pretty bad. If
that's
you're
what
a
I'm
comedy
saying,
and
like-
you're boring, you shouldn't be a comedy. You shouldn't be watching a comedy and being bored. You should be watching a comedy and laughing. That's the whole point of a comedy. It's
that
like
is
watching a
pretty
horror.
sad.
It's like watching a horror movie. You're like, what is going on? No, this is nothing.
Well, that's the problem. part most of the time we were like, what was that for? Like, what was the point in that?
Yeah. Oh, there's a part that, oh man. Okay, so last thing. Remember when they out of nowhere, maybe not out of nowhere, but it's still within the same setting, whatever. But they start doing, oh, I'm so happy I'm using this Jeremy's razors. These are really nice. And it goes like literally a minute of, oh, well, now I got the Jeremy's thing. It's basically a commercial for all like Jeremy's products or whatever. You know, like Jeremy soap, Jeremy shampoo.
Yeah, they had to put a little ad in there, but it was like in the movie.
Oh, and there's also, I don't know if it's an Easter egg, but you do see a she-her chocolate bar.
Oh, yeah.
I won't tell what scene it is, but there is a she-her chocolate bar. I'll give you a hint. It's with the person of the same color as the chocolate bar. I'll give you that. There's your hint right there.
This review's all over the place. All right, we're gonna end it now. I mean, we're gonna end the podcast, not end our life.
Yeah. You never know. It could be it. This could be the. All right. Thanks for watching. And Lady Ballers, not that good. Didn't break my cherry.
The truck's backing up because they're hearing us. I think it's time to end this episode.
And smash that like button.
Yeah, smash that like button.
Just break your computer.
And don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button.
Bye.
Bye.